Is it too late to take down the trending topic and delete the comments?
Too late? Read it yourself. Deleting videos, manipulating public opinion, calling her an attention seeker. She had every bit of it preserved and notarized. It's all in her evidence list in black and white. She's gonna shove it right back in our faces in court.
Your Honor, this was a routine seat assignment dispute. The crew followed company policy, and nothing they did was improper. Your Honor, the plaintiff claims to be an aviation law expert, so she should know better than anyone that outrage is not evidence. Most of her exhibits are private recordings and internal documents of unknown origin. We respectfully ask the court to exclude them.
I'm pleased the defense raised admissibility. It tells me you understand exactly what those documents will prove once they're admitted. First, passengers are legally allowed to record matters of public interest in public areas. Those recordings invade no one's privacy and are admissible. The relevant judicial explanation can be found in Appendix 3. Second, as for these so-called internal records of unknown origin, their source is not unknown at all. Every one of them was obtained through a court-authorized discovery order served on your company and the relevant systems. Every request was approved by the court. Every document was notarized. They're all in Your Honor's case file. Counsel, are you suggesting that records produced by your own client and verified by both the court and a notary are somehow of unknown origin?
That's not what I meant.
Then please sit down and let me present my evidence. Your Honor, the plaintiff submits Exhibit 1. These are 2 boarding passes. Both are for seat 14A. One was issued 36 hours before the flight. The other was issued just 3 hours before departure. After selling that seat once, the airline turned around and sold the exact same seat again. That is what the defense keeps calling a seat dispute, an oversold flight that produced 2 boarding passes for 14A.
Under the applicable regulations, when an airline overbooks a flight and a passenger is denied boarding,
the airline must first secure the passenger's voluntary agreement before rebooking them and provide appropriate compensation. The key point is that it has to be voluntary. Now let's turn to Exhibit 2. This footage was recorded by multiple passengers at the scene. Your Honor, please direct your attention to the 317 mark. Does this look voluntary? Is this what the airline calls standard procedure? With no legal authority and without the guardian's consent, the crew attempted to forcibly separate an infant from her mother. Counsel, tell the court which industry rule gave your client that right.
We believe the crew was acting to maintain order.
Maintain order? Then perhaps counsel can point me to the exact section of your company's cabin service manual that allows crew members to put their hands on a passenger who has clearly refused, especially with an infant involved.
I'd need some time to check.
No need. I've already checked. Your company's manual has no such provision. Chapter 7 couldn't be clearer. Under no circumstances may crew members use force, against a passenger. When elderly passengers, children, pregnant women, or passengers traveling with infants are involved, they are to be given priority care and assistance. Those are your company's own rules. So you weren't following standard procedure? You were blatantly violating your own written policy.
Even if that is true, the crew was under pressure from the delay. Their actions may have been inappropriate, but there was no malicious intent.
No malicious intention? Good. Please remember those words. Because in just a moment, I'm going to show you exactly what malicious intent looks like. You say they were maintaining order. Let's see exactly how they plan to maintain it. If she won't move, Owl, take the baby first. See if she still refuses then. Before they ever tried to remove me from the aircraft, the crew said this on record. This wasn't about maintaining order. It was a deliberate attempt to pressure a passenger into compliance by targeting her child. Your Honor, we submit that this goes far beyond a procedural violation. This was targeted bullying against a woman traveling alone with an infant. And that's only part of the airline's liability. Now I'd like to ask the second defendant, Frank Lincoln, a few questions. I found something very interesting about that supposedly valid boarding pass of yours.
What's there to answer? I had a ticket. I had a seat. I was a legitimate passenger. You refused to move. How is that my fault?
A legitimate passenger. Good. Then let's talk about how legitimate you really were. Your Honor, these are the complete check-in and boarding records for the flight in question, obtained from the defendant Airline through a court-approved evidence request. According to these records, seat 14A was first and lawfully assigned to the plaintiff, Moria. My boarding pass was issued 36 hours before the flight. The second defendant, Frank, also received a boarding pass for seat 14A. His was issued just 3 hours before departure. When he checked in, he falsely claimed platinum status to trigger priority seat protection. But the records confirm that the platinum membership he used actually belonged to another passenger who wasn't even on that flight. In other words, Frank used someone else's membership information to falsely claim platinum privileges, which led the check-in agent to manually apply the airline's platinum seat protection policy. Under normal circumstances, the system should have canceled the original window seat assignment and reassigned it. But because the flight was about to close for boarding, the system issued Frank a boarding pass without canceling my valid one. So the duplicate 14A assignment was not caused by me. It was caused by the defendant Airline. The airline's system flaw, combined with Frank's misuse of someone else's membership, created the duplicate seat. He was never a legitimate passenger to begin with. From the start, he was the first person who broke the rules and the first person who lied.
That's a lie. You're making it all up.
Then what was it? The system records and verification logs are right here. Frank, would you like to explain to the court how you just happened to be using someone else's membership?
friend let me use his membership. So what? What's wrong with that?
A friend? Then why did this so-called friend state under questioning that he doesn't even know you and never authorized anyone to use his account?
He must have remembered it wrong.
He remembered it wrong? Did the airline's boarding system remember it wrong too? Did the membership verification logs remember it wrong too? Frank, every word you add is another lie. You didn't borrow that membership. You impersonated someone. You used an identity that wasn't yours to cut the boarding line and take someone else's seat. Then you demanded that a mother traveling alone with her baby make room for your lie. Do you still want to keep explaining? Your Honor, the plaintiff requests permission to submit Exhibit 5, our final exhibit. This is an internal crew communication record from the defendant Airline. It survived deletion, was obtained lawfully, and has been notarized.
Hurry, free for a limited time. Click to watch now.